Hello, dear learners. At the outset, I would like to welcome you all to the fourth week of this online course, Introduction to Distance and Digital Education. This module is titled Development and Production of Self-Learning Materials. In the previous unit of this week, we have already discussed various aspects relating to self-learning materials or SLMs. We have by now learnt about the meaning, features, need and importance of SLMs. However, we also need to become familiar with the process of development of SLMs and how they are actually prepared. In this module, we shall discuss the various dimensions with regard to the production and development of SLMs. It is important to emphasize the fact that the SLMs, which constitute the very backbone of any higher educational institution offering programs in the ODL mode, are designed most carefully in a scientific and systematic manner for the smooth running of the programs. The development and production of SLMs is a multi-stage and multi-dimensional process. Development and production of SLMs require careful planning and effective coordination at various levels. The entire process of development and production of SLMs includes a whole range of activities ranging from writing and allotment of the units to formatting and editing of the units to submission of the CRC and final printing of the SLMs. Let us therefore now try to discuss the various aspects related to the development and production of SLMs. Now, to begin with, let us try to explore the various fundamental terminologies in the realm of ODL. It is worth mentioning here that when it comes to designing and developing SLMs of an ODL institution, elaboration of certain commonly used fundamental terms in the realm of ODL becomes necessary. These include such terms as program, course, block, unit, section, subsection, etc. Let us try to understand what these terms actually imply specifically. First and foremost, let us begin with the term program. A program means the curriculum or combination of courses in a particular field of study. For example, undergraduate programs, master's program in political science, diploma program in mass communication, postgraduate diploma program in distance education, and so on. Then we have the term course. The program is divided into courses. In the conventional system, courses means the subjects such as postgraduate physics, undergraduate chemistry, and so on. But in open and distance learning, the term course means a paper under the program. So a single program has a number of courses under it spreading across different semesters. Another important term is that of an unit. In the SLMs, a course consists of some units. There is a structured writing style or a house style of a unit based on which the content of the course is written for the learners in a precise and focused way so that the learners get the required information and knowledge on a particular topic of their given curriculum of the course. Thus, a unit is a self-contained portion of a block covering one or more interwoven learning concepts. Each unit is broken into sections and subsections for the clarity of the presentation of concepts, information, illustrations, etc. Now, there is another term called block. Furthermore, a course is divided into blocks. In the SLMs, the standard size of a block contains around 60 to 80 printed pages. Each block must have a thematic perception. It may be mentioned here that the units, blocks, and courses of a program are interrelated and should be seen as an integrated whole. Now, let us try to discuss the four stages in the production of the SLMs. The process of development and production of SLMs goes through certain stages. The first stage includes planning of the program. The first stage in the production of SLMs involves the planning of the program, which in other words means thinking about the program. At the planning stage, the program is proposed by the relevant discipline and school of the higher educational institution, following which the program project report or PPR is prepared and the curriculum is finalized, while at the same time the course writers and course editors are identified by the course coordinator. Subsequently, the PPR and curriculum of the proposed program are placed in the meeting of the School of Studies for perusal, following which the expert committee constituted for the purpose examines the PPR and the curriculum. Thereafter, the Academic Council of the higher educational institution grants approval to the proposed program. After securing the approval of the Academic Council, necessary steps are taken for development of the courses or papers under the new program. Now, the second stage involves developing the program in terms of writing the units of the various courses or papers under the program, conforming to the institutional house style. For writing a unit, there is a definite structure or house style which may be developed by the ODL institutions. Each ODL institution can design a specific structure for writing a unit of their own. The units of a course could be written by both in-house faculty or may be outsourced to external resource persons already approved by the university or the higher educational institution. Thus, the course content can be developed through a convergence approach. It may be mentioned here that as per the UGC ODL Regulations 2020, at least 60% of e-learning materials shall be developed by the in-house faculty of the higher education institution, and the remaining percent of the material can be outsourced from available e-resources such as Open Educational Resources, SWAYAM, or other source duly approved by the statutory authorities of the higher education institution. In a block of the SLMs, there is a cover page which may be designed by the course coordinator in consultation with the Dean Academic or any other higher academic body for the course. Besides, in each block, each unit should have a clear title that tells the learners what the unit is all about. For instance, to draw out the clear and explicit picture of a unit, the title of the unit should be comprehensive enough. In a unit, the structure with itemized sections and subsections should be given in order of the occurrence of the content in the material. The structure draws the learner's attention to the subject matter. Apart from these, there are some other important points such as the objectives of the units. They should be defined clearly in behavioral terms. Again, for making the unit more comprehensible and easy to grasp on the part of the learners, the units can be divided into sections and subsections. In a unit, if some difficult terms are included, they should be indicated distinctly by bold typeface, and the meaning of the indicated terms should be explained clearly as glossary in the blank side of the pages of the units. For giving more clarity of the content to the learners, or to assess how much a learner is able to grasp the content of the unit, there may be included some questions in the form of check your progress in a few sections and subsections. These have been designed to self-check of the learner's progress of study. It will be better if a learner is able to solve the problems himself or herself immediately after going through the sections of a unit and then match the answers with answers to check your progress given at the end of each unit. For developing the capacity of critical thinking as well as writing skills of the learners, in each unit, some activities are to be given by the unit writers so that the learners may not feel isolated from their learning contexts. Besides providing activities, illustration, exercises in a unit, additional information under the heading of Let Us Know is also given for making the unit more interactive in nature. In the last section of each unit, under the heading of Let Us Sum Up, an attempt is also made to summarize the whole unit for the purpose of recapitulation on the topic in detail. In the latter part of a unit, a few links such as further reading are also provided, as they can guide a learner to read more if he or she is interested to know the topic in detail. And finally, at the end of a unit, possible or probable questions under the heading of model questions are also provided, as through such questions a learner can prepare himself or herself for the term end examination. It may be mentioned here that each unit must be written within a standardized word limit. Furthermore, each ODL institution should have some uniform policy with regards to the payment of honorarium to the course writers. Now, we come to the third stage, which involves printing of the SLMs. The third stage in the process of preparation and production of SLMs involves finalizing the complete course content with respect to each course. This stage revolves primarily around the task of editing executed at different stages. To start with, preliminary formatting and editing of the units is done by the course coordinator, primarily to ensure compliance with the house style. The units are then submitted for language editing and content editing. After incorporation of necessary changes and corrections based on the suggestions offered by the editors, proof checking of the units and final formatting is done. Subsequently, the CRC of the course is submitted to an MPanel press. Now let us look at the fourth stage in the production of SLMs. The fourth stage constitutes the post-production stage. After producing the SLMs, reprint and revision of the SLMs are to be done periodically. Updating of the curriculum as well as the course contents minor changes in the content based on the feedback received from various sources like learners, counselors, academicians, reviewers, etc. should be done on a regular basis for maintaining the quality of the SLMs so that the learners could be provided with updated information and accurate data. Apart from the printed materials, the multimedia self-learning materials, assignments and manuals, teleconferencing and interactive radio counseling, laboratory and hands-on experiences, and the entire range of learner support program delivery mechanism should be relooked and redesigned and updated from time to time for making teaching learning more effective and efficient. Besides, the higher education institution should have a program guide for each program where the entire map of how to study, what to study, when to study are made available to the learners. Apart from these, the ODL institutions should carefully follow the prescribed guidelines of the regulatory agency, which in case of India is the UGC DEB, with respect to the development of the SLMs in an ODL institution. Now, let us examine the concept of credit as a determining factor in the development of SLMs. While designing and developing the SLMs, it is necessary to be mindful of the fact that the size or the weightage of a unit is credit based. There shall be a description of the credit value of each module or unit in the course. Credit is a standardized, transparent system which is necessary for smooth running of the educational process in a definite time period. It is used for determining the study hours. In a standardized scale, per credit indicates 30 to 32 hours of study. For a 4-credit course in a program, a total of 120 hours are allotted for study. Out of 120 hours, 12 hours are fixed for counseling classes, that is 10% of the total study hours. For a 6-credit course in a program, the total hours should be 180 hours, from which 18 hours is allotted for counseling classes in the study centers, which is 10% of the total study hours. At this stage, I would like to stress that the UGC ODL Regulations 2017, amended in 2020 and 2022, lays down clear guidelines which must be followed while preparing the SLMs for the credit structure in ODL institutions. The UGC ODL Regulations 2017 have accepted the suggestions which are provided by the Madhava Menon Committee with regards to the number of credits, the number of units an SLM should contain, the number of counseling hours, the number of assignments to be given to the learners in the ODL system, etc. Thus, while preparing the SLMs, the ODL institutions must fulfill the requirements set by the UGC ODL Regulations 2017, amended in 2020 and 2022, in terms of the size of the SLMs, credit value, assignments, study and counseling inputs, etc. The UGC ODL Regulations 2017 spells out the norms for offering programs through distance mode based on the credit system. For instance, in the case of bachelor's degree program of 3 years duration, the credit range is fixed at 96 to 100 hours of study, while for master's degree program of 2 years duration, the credit range is fixed at 64 to 72 hours of study. It is worth mentioning here that the New Education Policy 2020 has suggested a structure which can be considered a holistic developmental approach that includes core, minor, interdisciplinary, skill and ability enhancement courses at the UG level. Besides, this policy also provides for multiple entry and exit options to the learners in order to reduce wastage in terms of energy, money and time of the students. The NEP credit framework varies from university to university or state to state. Here, I would like to draw your kind attention to the NEP credit framework of the UG program adopted by different universities of the state of Assam. The credit framework of the 4-year UG program under NEP 2020 as adopted in Assam provides for a major course of 80 credits, a minor course of 32 credits, multidisciplinary course of 9 credits, ability enhancement courses of 14 credits, vocational ability courses of 6 credits, skill enhancement courses of 14 credits, fieldwork project internship of 16 credits, with a total of 171 credits in all. Now let us discuss the norms for delivery of courses through distance mode as per UGC ODL Regulations 2017. When the credit value of the course is 2 credits, the study inputs will be 60 hours, while the size of the SLMs range would be between 6 and 8 units, and the number of counseling sessions, which would be 10% of the related study hours, would be 6 hours, and practical sessions would be of 60 hours, while the number of assignments will be 1. Similarly, when the credit value of the course is 4 credits, the study inputs will be 120 hours, while the size of the SLM's range would be between 14 to 16 units, while the number of counseling sessions would be of 12 hours, and the practical sessions will be of 120 hours, and the number of assignments will be 2. Again, when the credit value of the course is of 6 credits, the study inputs will be of 180 hours, while the size of the SLM's range would be between 20 and 24 units, and the number of counseling sessions would be 18 hours of study, and the practical sessions will be of 180 hours, while the number of assignments will be 3. Finally, when the credit value of the course is of 8 credits, study inputs will be 240 hours, while the size of the SLM's range would be between 30 to 34 units, while the number of counseling sessions, again which would constitute 10% of the related study hours, would be 24 hours of study, while the practical sessions will be of 240 hours, and the number of assignments will be 4. Further, the UGC ODL Regulations 2017 talk about synchronous, non-synchronous and face-to-face counseling sessions and have set norms for the same. To sum up, in this module we have learnt about various aspects relating to the process of development and production of SLMs. We have seen how the preparation of SLMs is a multi-stage process involving writing, editing, proof checking, formatting, printing and reviewing. Furthermore, we have also discussed the norms to be followed by all higher education institutions offering programs in the ODL mode and while preparing the SLMs. While preparing the SLMs, the higher education institutions must fulfill the requirements set by the UGC ODL Regulations 2017 amended in 2020 and 2022 in terms of the size of the SLM's credit value, assignments, study and counseling inputs, etc. Thus, I hope this module has helped you get a comprehensive understanding of the entire process of development and production of SLMs in a higher education institution offering programs in the ODL mode. Thank you all, dear learners.